Hey guys, how's it going today? Welcome back to another playtest of Deadly Decks. This is a live playtest. This is a game I've been working on for over a year with my good friend James. James is the artist who's done all of the card art, and he's brilliant, he's exceptional, he's wonderful, and we're at the point now where we are actually working on the game together. We've been making a lot of progress together, play testing it together, kicking back ideas, developing narrative, creating lore, all kinds of cool stuff. This game has really grown. And just so you guys know, if you're coming here for the first time, the whole kind of point of Deadly Decks started a year ago when I really wanted to see about making this card game. At that point, it was really designed to be a small card game, like very small. I mean, it was supposed to be something you could take on an airplane, you know, a little stack of cards, and you could just play a quick dungeon crawl. We took that version, it was about 50 cards. We took that version to PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia last year. Feedback we got was, this is a great game. It's too short. It's just too short. And that kind of started us on a whole different angle of Deadly Decks, which turned into the game that you're about to see here today. It's I don't know what to say about it. That's what I'm going to say about it. I'm going to put on some music here, set the vibe. And let me just make an announcement on my Discord. I have to put a better Discord link in there because the one that's in there is broken currently. Let's see here. Just give me 1 second, guys. Thanks for hanging out. And I have a bunch of fun new cards here to try out today. Cool. So we're going to be trying out some new cards in here. I'm very, very, very excited for this playtest today. This playtest is going to be really cool because I had these like wild breakthroughs since I played last time. And I'm really, really, really hyped to try out what's going on here. So one thing people have been asking about while I've been playing this on live on stream has basically been, okay, pretty cool. It's an RPG. It's a deck dungeon style game. I get it. Sounds fun. Are there any like poison elements or like fire elements or ice elements? And no, truthfully, there has not been any of that in the game. We did not do any fire elements, any ice elements. There were no weaknesses or resistances, anything like that. So, you know, I've been thinking about it and I came up with this really clever idea. At least I think it's really clever. I'm going to show you how it works. So I thought a lot about Pokemon. Pokemon does strengths and weaknesses or resistances. You know, that's like the whole game, kind of. Like you could have complete like butt character that you're using, a butt Pokemon, and then you turn around and your opponent puts something up that has a weakness to it, and suddenly it's like the GOAT, right? And you're just like, oh my God, okay, wow. Like, this is awesome. So there's a couple problems with that. Of putting that in this game, right? It would be awesome if I could just be like, okay, great. Well, I'm just going to put that in the game. But this is a dungeon crawl RPG. So having a resistance or a weakness where it just does double damage or does a set amount of damage is really problematic because, okay, well, if you do a +1 damage here, that's great when you're fighting a basic trash guy like this, but it's not going to be great when you use it on like a 20 hit point mega boss who, you know, you put fire on it and you get +1 damage. So like also while I'm ranting on this, did not want to go into the whole thing of half damage or double damage, because that becomes itself its own problem. If you want to half damage, then it's okay, well, this one does 5 damage, so then I have to do half of that, which is like what? Like 2 or 3, 2.5. There are no decimal points in this game. It's just really messy and just not, it's not what I want to do. So I've been really pushing myself to come up with a concept for how weaknesses work in the game and have it so that it feels fun and exciting and dynamic. Now, a lot of people use the word dynamic, dynamic this, dynamic that, but really what I'm trying to say is I want to have control in the game as the game designer to be able to craft items and creatures who narratively have a much deeper connection to strength and weakness than this guy doesn't like fire, this guy doesn't like ice, this guy doesn't like electricity. And I think I came up with something really neat. So I'm going to show you how it works. Here's what I'm thinking. We have 2 fire weapons here, and we have 2 creatures who have weaknesses to fire. Let's see how this plays out. So the idea being that both an item can have an attack that has an element strength, or I'm calling it intensity right now. This has a blaze, which does 1 damage and sets a creature on fire. On miss, I have to exhaust it, which means the flame goes out and I can't use it anymore. But it has 1 fire intensity, as opposed to Torch of Vorm, which does 2 damage. Just base damage, it does 2 damage. Even if you are not weak to fire, it will do 2 damage. Here's this text here of creature's blood, do +1 damage, discard. We're going to get rid of this. I forgot to remove this. This just does 2 damage, but it has a 2 fire intensity. So here's how the fire intensity works. If I use my ablaze torch on the deranged guard has 1 weakness to fire. So intensity of the weakness is 1. So this would be 1 damage. If I landed the hit, it would be 1 damage. Let's bring some of these over so I can show you how it works. It could be 1 damage plus this is 1 intensity times the weakness, which means 1. So this gives you an extra 1 damage on this guy. So this would do 2 damage. Actually, let's move these out of the way. Actually, let's just flip it. We're not going to use it for right now. So if I attacked, and you know what? Let's even get, let's do a full on demonstration. Let's grab someone who doesn't have any fire weakness. Close this out. I'm feeling this plate. This is great. What's up, Raymond? How's electricity going? All right, so I'm running through this new mechanic that I came up, which is intensity, which basically does strengths and weaknesses. How was the call with John? Josh? It was great. It was great. Oh, nice. Oh, new light switches have that that flick feel to them. Oh, light switches. It lasts like 2 days and then suddenly you're like, oh, this thing sucks. So this is the new strength and weakness mechanic that I'm doing. So this fire attack has 1 fire intensity, and this guy has 1 fire weakness, which means it does 1 base damage. We drop that on here. And then it does additional fire damage of 1 times 1. So that would be 1. No biggie. Now, if we attack someone with no weakness, the undead guard here, this is just going to do 1 damage, and that's it. It does 1 damage and no fire weakness, so there's no intensity. It's 1 times 0. That's a 0. Now, spiders and arachnids are going to have extra weakness. This is something that you can't do in or can't do, but they don't have in Pokemon to my knowledge, which is what I started with, is the ability to increase a creature's weakness towards something in a massive way, right? That isn't just oh, if you hit it with fire, you do double damage. Because, well, let's just follow it through. As you can tell, I'm very excited about this. So this would do 1 base damage to the spider. Great. And then this is 1 intensity of fire, and they're double weak to fire, which means this is 1 times 2. This does 2 extra damage as fire. 1 attack, 3 different creatures, 3 different layers or levels of intensity for weakness. I think this is so cool. And I'll show you why this is so cool, because not only does it allow me to have the control of making creatures more or less weak to something and creating weapons that have strengths and weaknesses, but it does even more than that. Wait till you guys see this. By the way, to be an electrician, you have to breathe really heavily while working on anything. It's true. It's true. You sound like Darth Vader. Okay, now check this out. Let's start again. Let's remove these. And let me show you what this can really do. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. Let me show you what this can really do. That was a 1 intensity weapon. Okay. Now, if we grab the Torch of Vorm, this does 2 base damage. Again, disregard what this says right here about blood do +1 damage, because now this does 2 base damage. Just as an attack, it does 2 base damage, but it has 2 fire intensity, which means if I hit the undead guard with it, it's going to do, well, we'll just do this for right now. It does 2 base damage, and that's it. He doesn't have a weakness to fire, so it's only going to do 2. If we hit the deranged guard with it, the deranged guard, this is a 2 intensity, which remember, this is a 1, this is a 2 because it's a spell, right? Like way more powerful. Look at the control I have over this. Now you have a spell of fire that does 2 damage, but does 2 intensity. So even though this guy's a little weak to it, it will still do 2 extra damage to him. Now, are you ready for the whopper? Spiders and arachnids are extra weak to fire. They do not like fire at all. This is a much stronger intensity fire weapon. So what's going to happen is it's going to do the base damage of 2. Then it's going to be 2 times 2 is 4 damage on this guy. That's 6 total damage. Same weapon, different levels of weakness, intensity. I am so excited about this because it doesn't just stop there. It means that I can craft weapons that have not just a single type, because it's attached to the attack itself. So I could have like a Frostburn blade. I don't know what that does, but a Frostburn blade, which has like one side is ice, one side is fire, and it has 2 separate attacks. One has 2 frost intensity. The other one has 2 fire intensity, right? Like the possibilities of designing unique items built around actual weaknesses is wild to me. I mean, I haven't played with this yet, so I don't know if we're going to play with it and it's going to be like complete garbage. It could be. It very well could be. But we're going to try it today and we're going to see how it works, because this has had my head spinning for like 2 days. I came up with it 2 days ago after streaming, and then I worked on it a little bit yesterday and then finished it up today. I think this is really cool because a lot of games, when they do, you know, strengths and weaknesses, like I said, like, and I'm not throwing shade on anyone or any other games, but usually strengths and weaknesses is like a very, like, it's not like the most deep kind of thing. And I kind of get annoyed when games kind of do that, where they just kind of say like, oh, something's weak to something. And it's like, well, yeah, but like, how weak is it? You know, like, we don't know. So let's put together some characters here. We got Ashmar's going to get this new actual fire torch. That's going to go in there. Bye-bye, old one. which did not even have a fire type or anything. For 6 or 7 days. What was that one in reference to? We're going to play with Ashmar today. Torch of Vorm is a summoned spell, so we can put that there. And we're going to do what we've always done, guys. We're going to grab Rowan. Nice. Nice. We've been playing a lot of Fortnite lately, and the gas station, the cost of gas is like $1.67. And I'm like, well played, guys. Well played. And let's grab Kira. So this is who we've been playing with. And I have some updates on Ashmar too. I think I know how Ashmar is going to work. So we're going to give that a shot. And let me just go ahead and let's just go ahead and fix up this deck here real quick. So we have, we pull these guys out. We've got one of these guys here, 2, 3, and 4. I see. 3 of them are loot based. 1 of them is not. Okay, well, I don't have a version of this without opening the entire file. I don't have a version of this that that has the loot. So I'm just gonna say anytime I see this guy, we get loot. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's clone 4 of these guys. 2, 3, and 4. Drop all these guys together. Let's put them in the deck now. So this guy's in, kind of. He's too big. He goes here. Are you gonna go in, dude? Still too big? Okay. Okay, there we go. This guy's fine. There's nothing wrong with this guy. We were just borrowing him. But now we're gonna add some spider creatures. Spider creatures are pretty exciting. I'm hyped for these guys too. So if they're a 3/2, they attack any hero that has a mist token on it first. And then if there are none, it will attack the highest health hero because it, you know, wants to bite you and do spider stuff. So the way this one works is if it hits a hero with a mist token on it, which is what it wants, that hero is stunned. So it's kind of looking for someone to miss, and then it's going to attack. Isn't that so cool? Guys, this system has been so rewarding to design in. I cannot tell you. I am a huge fan of mechanics that tell narrative. When you just play something and you're like, oh my God, that makes so much sense, right? Instead of, oh, well, we just like split them up based on their types and then we just applied weaknesses to them and then that's what we got. This system just keeps giving. And I just love it so much. Like the fact that I was able to create a spider that prioritizes heroes who miss, which means they literally like whiffed and are like off balance, and then is going to lunge at them and attack them. And when they do hit a missed hero who's basically like open, right? They've been open to attack. That hero is now stunned. I'm like, God, like, of course that's what a spider would do. Of course that's what a spider would do. No doubt. So very excited about what's happening in this game. I'm going to put 4 of these bad boys in. Very much liking just everything that's happening in this game right now. I'm just loving it. Like loving it for real. Every time I go to make something in this game or design a new system, God, it just blows me away what's happening with the system. Okay, so that means now we have, you see here, if we look in here, almost 30 creatures. The spiders have high weakness to fire. The deranged guards have basic weakness to fire. And yeah, that's basically what we're going to do with this. Nothing else has changed, I don't think. I did want to make the oozers 3. So I'll try that out today. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this a run. Gotta shuffle all the cards. We don't have to shuffle that one. Let's grab Kira. We'll put Kira in the regular spot. She's broadsword. And her trusty broadsword. And put that there. Move over just a bit. Put Rowan here. Rowan has the throwing knives. Crossbow. If you remember, Rowan has this fun, like, couple fun things going on there. And Ashmar, Ashmar has now the new torch, a dagger, and his compendium. Now, the way Ashmar is going to work, I'll just show you guys real quick. I'm pretty hype about this. Right? Raymond, I thank you, because I feel the same way. I'll tell you what, though. I'm going to full disclosure. You know what AI was crazy helpful for? When I was trying to think about the strengths and weakness system, I took a break. I went out to go grab a drink, and I just talked to ChatGPT about what I was trying to design. And let me tell you, like, at no point was I, hey, can you come up with a brand new style of poison and weakness? But I did use it for reference. I was like, my first question was like, okay, how do Pokemon weaknesses really work in the card game? And then it explained it to me, and then I was talking it through. But honestly, a human being could have been much better at doing that. So just putting this out there that, like, it is helpful when you're alone and you need to talk something through. Didn't come up with any of this. It couldn't. All right. Ashmar. Let's talk about Ashmar just before I get into the game, because I'm really excited about how Ashmar works. This may not work at all. It also may very well work on just the very first try, which I'm very excited about finding out if this is going to work. I came up with this idea for Ashmar that he is going to be someone who breaks. He's a specialist. So he's supposed to break the game in a way that no other hero can do. And his claim to fame is going to be that he can do research, generate research tokens, and then create weaknesses on creatures. So check this out. Let's say there's a spider here, and on my turn, we're going to set Ashmar to do research. On the very first time that I switch him to research, this is his whole turn now. I switch him to research. He generates one research token. Now, while he's turned, and only while he's turned, I can place the research token on a creature. And then if someone like Rowan tries to hit the creature and does 1 damage of using the crossbow, it actually counts for 2 damage. So now that would turn into 2 damage because the creature had one of these tokens on it. So basically, and then what happens is Ashmar generates more tokens on each turn. So when you turn him like this, on turn 2, he generates 2 of these. So it's going to be a little bit of like, how do I track this? I think is going to be the biggest question. But it should be really fun that when there's like 3 creatures up here, Ashmar is basically like, yo, hit them in the ankle. Hit that dude's pinky toe. And then they do it. And then it's like, boom, you get like 3 of those misses are on the one guy. And you get a 1 hit that turns into 3 extra damage. Of course, if they miss, all the tokens go away. So if they miss on it, at the end of the round, you remove all of these tokens just like we do for the heroes. Now, the only thing that I'm not totally certain about at this point of Ashmar's effects is whether or not when a hero hits these, it turns into a peril tracker for the creatures, because that's what it does when it's on a hero. But look, let's just go one step at a time. All right. Let's go ahead and shuffle this up again and let's get started. Here we go. All right, gonna draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna just keep everything standard how we usually play through it. Keep Kira as the leader, and let's go ahead and draw one. All right, Sunken Fields. This probably is gonna need some work eventually. I'm gonna take notes on this. Not happy with Sunken Fields at this point. Primarily because all it does is slow down the main party leader, and that's literally not been any purpose to have this. Sunken Fields needs more gameplay purpose. More than -2 speed. Like the -2 speed just doesn't do anything. Us programmers used to talk to rubber duckies for bugs. Now we talk to ChatGPT. It's not the same anymore. I know. Raven, I feel the same way. I've been working on a sleep app, which you guys are going to hear about more probably in the next coming week or two. It's very close where I can share it. And yeah, I've been just basically having like chat do the tool programming part of it. Hey, I need like a text thing that increases by 1. Okay, great. I need like a generative animation for a hot air balloon. Okay, great. So yeah, it's been kind of like amazing to work with, to do like little code bits, but I do miss just sitting in a room with people. All right, let's go through it. Let's see what's going to happen. Okay, we're going to draw 2 creatures. We have a Sulker and a Seeker. Who's going to attack what first? Sulker is a 4/1, attacks the party leader, and heals for 1 each turn that it does. And the Seekers are mob, which that's their damage is their current HP. So 4/4 right now. I'm going to go ahead and just say like Kira, let's try and work off these Seekers since they're going to do 4 damage. Oh, and we don't know who they attack. All right, let's say, who are they going to attack? The slowest? Sure. We'll do this game again. It's going to attack the slowest, which means it's going to attack Kira. So Kira's going to come in. It's for real. It's like it slows them down. Oh, well. If this is gonna attack the slowest party member, then it would definitely be Kira, because that would be that. All right, so Kira does 2 damage, just two little basic damage token, guys. No prob, Bob. That's 2. Knocks the Seeker down to 2/2. Rowan's gonna go ahead and do a little shot. Does 1 damage on the Seeker. Great. And let's just see if Ashmar can just finish it off with the dagger. Oh, crits, but we don't even need it. All right, the Seeker is done. That's great. I wish there was a way to just grab some of the stuff in Tabletop Simulator is really tricky. The Sulker does do 1 attack damage to Kira, but can't heal any extra. So that's that. Not bad. Not bad. This is okay. Let's have Kira just attack the Sulker. Sulker is a 4. Oh my gosh, she did a critical. So that's going to be a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4? No, just a 3. She's just going to do a 3. 2 damage plus 1. Yeah, so she just does 3. Again, if I rewound that and I had Ashmar doing research, I could have put a token directly on the Sulker, and then that would have finished the Sulker off. So interesting. Just thinking about where Ashmar fits in, I could have done that. Definitely could have done that. Okay, Rowan's going to try and finish it off with a little 1 damage. He does. This guy's done. Okay, that's not bad, but this is good. This may seem easy. That's kind of what I want, though, because this is the first area. So did we get any loot? No, but we did get 2 coins. The loot is kind of bunk right now, so I got to figure that out. But okay, we're done. We're done one of these. Not bad. Oh, there was one of those under there. All right, let's flip it. Cursed Graveyard, Resurrection of Undefeated. Defeated undead respawn after 1 round if the encounter is not over. If it is not, they come back, guys. They come back. Oh, we do have 1 undead. Okay, we got an Oozer, which I'm gonna make a 3. I'm a little like, this should be a 3 guy. I'm just gonna put this right up here as part of it. I think the 2 is too, it's just like 2 is like a 1 hit for these guys at this point. Not very hard. Not very hard at all. So the Oozer is going to attack whoever hit it last, and then I don't know what after that. The slowest. We always go with the slowest, but we'll figure it out. Maybe least powerful. And then the skull is going to attack the slowest, which is going to be Kira. Kira all day long. And it's ranged. It's a flying creature, so it does -1 to all rolls. All right, let's get to work. Kira's going to try and hit the... Let's try. Let's just try, guys, and see. Little Ashmar here is going to drop a 1 miss token on the skull. He's doing research. That means if he gets hit, he takes a +1 damage. And he's got 8, and the slowest is not him or him, it's her. And last attack. Okay, we could be good. We could be good on this. Kira is going to attack the skull. But again, she's got to get a 2 or better because it's a -1 because she does not have a ranged weapon. Ooh, we got it. She gets a 2. That turns into a 1. The 1 does 2 damage plus... Oh, man. I got to tell you guys, I am really starting... The strategy in this game is starting to click for me. It's starting to really click for me. It sucks that you cannot update physical card games IRL. So if someone figures out a method to easily win, yeah, I know, right? Right? No, he doesn't rewind attacks. What he does is he researches. He's like, imagine he's like in the back of the party with a book open, and he's like using his book to figure out how the team can attack and be more effective. So from a standard mechanic standpoint, he increases the damage that can be attributed to creatures by placing his research tokens. Now, these are miss tokens. Maybe he needs his own research tokens, but he's going to put research tokens on a creature so that if a hero hits that creature, they will use his call outs, his like targets, to do extra damage. I feel like it's pretty cool. He's like a shot caller. He's like, yo, hit here. So Kira did 2 damage, but there was 1 research token that Ashmar had put on the skull. So that 2 damage turns into a 3 damage. I don't know why it does that, by the way. It like zooms in. Just so you guys know, it's not a me thing. But while he's researching, he takes extra damage. And if they miss, of course, the miss just makes it go away. So feels fair. If anything, I think he's a little OP because on the next turn, he's supposed to generate 2 of them. I think the way to do this, actually, yeah, now that I think about it, is maybe something like this. Because the idea for him is he can generate 1 on the first turn, 2 on the second turn, and then 3 on the third turn, and then 3 after that. So he's already generated 1. Next turn, he's going to generate 2. And I don't know if this is what we'll do with the card, but we'll just keep it for now. All right. This also means only Rowan can attack next. Rowan's going to have to attack the skull because Rowan has a ranged weapon, so he doesn't take any negative on the roll. Let's go ahead and see. That's a 2. That does 2 damage. Skull is done. Slime is not. Oh my god, this is undead too. So this is going to come back if I don't destroy the Oozer in 1 turn. We should be able to do that, right guys? We could do that. With Ashmar's research, we can do anything. Okay, so this guy's dead, but may come back. All right. So he's dead. We're going to... Oh, and then the Oozer attacks. Nobody attacked the Oozer. Yeah, I've noticed this, Raymond. You know what the weird thing about it is? You know what? Let me finish this turn so I don't lose what I'm doing here. And then let's take a look at it, because my camera, though, look at my camera footage. It is not blurry. So what I don't understand is why the gameplay footage, which is coming directly off my platform, is like really degraded, but then my camera is not. So it makes me feel like I'm missing something here. So let's go we'll take a look at it after I finish this turn. So the Oozer did not attack. Nobody attacked the Oozer, and I have to put like a second status of who they attack here. But we're just going to say the Oozer is going to attack the least powerful. And that's between Ashmar and Rowan. I think in these circumstances where it's a tie, you get to choose. So Rowan's going to take 1 damage. Okay, let's take a quick look at this, guys, because yeah, I am really curious. If you see on my screen, oh, you can't see this. My screen, it is not degraded. So why is it degraded when I do it? Just take one little look, guys. See if I can figure this out. Let me just take one little look here. See. Streamlabs YouTube. Why is my feed low res when 1080? Does anybody know? You're streaming 1080 to low bit rate, unstable internet, or aggressive YouTube recompression, rather than just the resolution setting. To fix it, ensure your upload speed is stable. Yes, I know my upload speed is stable. Don't insult me. Don't insult me and my upload speed, okay? We're already starting on the wrong foot. Internet. Gemini. Let's take a look here. It says... It's like when the background... Oh, wow, really? Okay. Insufficient bit of rate. I wonder how this is going to show up for you guys in a second on YouTube, because I'm about to drag in this thing because I can see into the past. YouTube recompression. YouTube often, okay, 1080 60 frame requires a high bit rate, 6,000 to 10,000. 6,000 to 10,000. Okay, what's my bit rate? My bit rate, maybe because I don't have anything set up. My bit rate is 8,000, it says. Thank you very much. So that's not it. 6,000 to 10,000 plus. YouTube often compresses streams heavily, especially for smaller channels. Why is this so offensive to read through? First you say my internet's not good enough, then you say I don't have a good enough bit rate, and then you call me a small streamer? Time to ugly cry. If your stream is using the older, oh great, now we're getting ageist, is using the older AVC codec, it will look worse than if it uses the better VP9 codec. A higher bitrate encourages YouTube to use VP9. Okay, so maybe I just have to up my bitrate. I mean, it's at 8,000, but maybe 8,000 ain't good enough no more. Possible. Jason the Ween has the best bit rate. I mean, with that kind of name, you have to. You can't have a low bit rate if you're Jason the Ween. Unstable internet upload. Okay. Very, very inappropriate. Please do not insult me anymore, YouTube, Gemini, Google, whoever you are, whoever you aren't. If you have an NVIDIA card, use the NVENC encoder in settings output to take the load off of your CPU. Okay. I don't know if I have that enabled. Great questions. Great questions. Where do I even find that? NVENC. NVENC. Tuning profile high. Yep, I am using NVENC. See, you don't believe me? Yeah, look. Oh wait, no, it's all like, yeah, it is all like. What's wild to me is that the image of me is not degraded. That's the part that really gets me. Because you would think the whole thing would be compressed, but it's not. It's actually just the game. I wonder why that is. This is going to bother me a lot. Maybe I just have to increase the bit rate. I'm going to try that for next stream. All right. Well, either way, thanks for caring, guys. Really. Thanks for caring. All right. We were going to start the turn up again. And the turn was going to start with Kira attacking the Oozer. Right. Well, before we do that, why don't we just put Ashmar's double tokens on here? Okay, this could be a problem. I'm just thinking about how, I mean, this kind of busts up the end of a match in a way that maybe is not so great. Like Ashmar's kind of like OP right now. I think the 1 to 2, I don't know, I'm a little stuck now, guys. The 1 to 2 to 3. Like Ashmar generating 2 of these tokens and getting like even more 3 by the end when you're actually clearing off monsters, that feels broken. Oh, you think so? Okay. Interesting, Raymond. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see. Are we able to... first, let me save this. I don't want to lose it. Let's see if we can change the background of the table. The table here. We can put a custom image on. I like that idea. What's the custom image? I wonder if it's the grid lines too. Maybe the grid lines, you might be onto something, Raymond. Maybe there's like too much noise for it or something. You know what my thought was? It's not enough colors. Like if you look at the picture of me on the side, it's a dynamic image with like lots of gradients and shading. I'm wondering if like the amount of color on this footage is so low, the amount of colors, that it like drops the... Anyway, we're going to find out. We're going to see. We're going to see all of it. Let's see. Let me see if I can find a decent little guy here to put on here. We don't want all black because that'll be hard to read. I'm looking around here. Okay, I have an idea for one. Let's go ahead and just make one real quick. Let's open this guy up. And then let's put... see if we just make one. We'll make the very first Deadly Deck playmat. Pretty cool. Why not? Put this here. Chop this guy off. I said I wasn't going to do all black, but look at me. Look at me now, Mom. Look at me now. This is going to be an interesting experiment. I am no artist, so please, James, do not hate me for life. But I'm gonna just gonna kind of like get a little thing here going. That's exactly what I wanted to do. That was it. Okay, we really didn't get to do any fire stuff yet, which I'm pretty excited about, but we didn't get to do that yet. Okay. And then he has like a couple little, again, I'm not trying to do James's work here, but I don't want it to look terrible either. Something like that. Let's see. Let's see what it does. Thanks, James. As James pops up in the chat. That feeling when your artist sees you doing art on top of their art. Come on, guy. All right. What did I just call it? Tabletop? It's like literally my mouse is right over it. And I'm like, what did I call it? Okay, copy the image address, drop it in, import. That does look pretty baller though. A little too hard to see, I guess. But again, we're not testing that. Let's see if it actually made the stream any better. Did it make the stream better? No, I don't think so. Not from what I see. I'll be honest with you guys. I think it's because I'm not like a high streaming person. I don't have a lot of people watching yet. I think it's because I don't have a lot of people watching. That's my guess. We used to do this when I was on Twitch. Remember, guys? We would like do Twitch stuff and it would be like, oh, okay. I couldn't get a bunch of stuff and then suddenly I did get it and it was pretty cool. Show lines. Do not show the lines. Oh, that's great. I'd actually prefer that. This is way better. It would be cool, James, to get a really cool playmat up in here, though. Wouldn't that be sick? It's like pretty exciting to think about. I'm okay with this. This looks okay, though, for now. Like, the black is hard to read for sure, but that's all right. Okay, so let's get back to what we were doing here. I'll try and see about maybe increasing the bit rate. Maybe I got to put it up to like 10,000 or more. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Ashmar, I don't know. Right now, he feels like he should only I'll tell you what, I'm having a little struggles with Mr. Ashmar because I like this mechanic. I just don't know how it scales properly. Yeah, I don't know how it scales properly. Like maybe on his turn, he can generate one of these, and then on the next turn, you can spend it. If you look close to the screen, you can tell that Kira has 14. I wonder if it's primarily just because like they're not big assets too. Like you're seeing it like off to the side, but no, you should be able to read it like that. Nope, that's, see, I can read it and you guys can't. I can see that from here. Like you can't tell Rowan. Also though, look, I'm not going to argue with it. This may be something we have to change. Yeah. That's 11. Okay. Well, you know what? Because if other people are going to stream this game, it has to be readable. So maybe this font needs a little adjusting. Yeah, he has 11 and he has 8. This is really helpful. All right, so what we're going to do with Ashmar is Ashmar can... I feel you on that. I think maybe the font or maybe more spacing would help between numbers as well. I'm going to mess with it. I'm going to see if I can make that better. But I'm glad we're having this kind of feedback because, yeah, really helpful. Now, here's the other problem. If I keep Ashmar researching at the end of a battle, like he's not really doing damage. I don't know. Let's see. So he's going to generate 1 token on his turn. He's researching. Could be a dice roll. Like, yeah, maybe it's a dice roll. So if I roll a 1, I get, why does it do that? If I roll a 1, I get 1 token. If I roll a 2, I get 2 tokens. If I get a crit, I get 3 tokens. And if I miss, I get nothing. But I don't take a miss. Does that sound right? So on his turn, you roll and I get 1 token of research and I can place it. Oh, you send it on the Dizzy channel? Oh my gosh, that's abysmal. Wow. It's what we're looking at, guys. Look at that. Welcome to the future. All right, I'm going to see if I can figure that out. But it's good to know. All right. So he rolls a 1, gets 1 token of research, and then can spend it. I'm not opposed to that. Then you kind of don't know what you're going to get. So you could keep him at the end and get like 3 and then wipe, or you get a miss and he could hit. Okay. All right, let's play with that. I'm feeling it. Okay. All right, let's get to business. Uzer has 3 health. Kira has 1. If I don't kill it within 2 shots, this guy's going to come back to life and we're kind of screwed. So let's see how this goes. We're going to grab the dice, re-roll it. That's a 2, just does 2 damage, but does 2 damage. And because of Ashmar's critical research, thank you, Ashmar, it does 1 extra damage, which is 3. Uzer is dead. I didn't have to drag all these over, but I think it's helpful to just, you know, with card games, you have to like stay in the routine. So both of these guys are done and they give 2 loots. So let's just go ahead and roll 1. That's a weapon on a crit and anything else is a loot. It's a regular loot. Let's see what we got. Plus we got 2 coins. Torch of Vorm. Love it. Let's get the guys, let's get the new updated Torch of Vorm. Where is it? This one. Yeah. Okay, we'll put this back in here and shuffle it. Love this. This is the new one with the strengths and weaknesses. So this does 2 damage. Forget the rest of it. You have to discard it when you use it, but it has an intensity of 2 fire. We're going to give that to the good old Ash of Mar. And we have Gear Punch. This does 2 damage. And if you have 4 strength or more, if the last successful action was slam, do 2 damage, no roll required. It's going to need a little work. Not a fan of these ones. Gear Punch needs more thought than just free damage. Like, because, you know, the question becomes, so what does this even mean? If the last successful action was slam, yes, then on the next turn you can do this and you just get 2 damage, but then that's their turn. So that feels like off a bit. It might be something like, oh, I see. It was supposed to be like you do a slam and then it like spins around or something like a machine. All right. I think for something like this, I kind of feel like maybe it does like a slam and then I have to think about it. Feels like you could do something cool here. Like maybe you hit it and then, you know, the creature you hit gets some mist tokens on them or something like that. If I keep this, I have to get rid of her other one, which this does 2. This does 2 plus 1, but this does 2 plus 2 for free. Darn, this one's problematic. We're gonna put this off to the side for our problem deck. This is a much bigger table actually, which I like. I'm gonna see if I can grab a different weapon and see what we get. Geminite. Do 2 damage and then do 1 damage to all creatures if the speed is 4 or more. Okay, yeah, so let's give that to Rowan. That's fun. And let's go ahead and start with the next one. We have 4 locations left. The trapdoor, roll party leader's speed. If 3 or more, party leader is safe. If not, take 2 damage. So let's see. Her speed, Kira's speed is 0. So needs 3 or more. So she needs to roll. She needs to roll a crit to save herself. Which she did. Okay, good job. Great job there, Kira. That's great. Let's go ahead and keep going. Forgotten Grave. Select a hero, roll and add their intelligence. If 2 or less, summon undead guards. If 3 or 4, add 2 coins. Or if 5 or more, draw 1 loot. Okay, great. So let's definitely use Ashmar. He's got 3. So we know we've got a 3 already. We're not getting bad guys here. Question is, are we going to get more than... Are we going to get loot or are we going to get coins? That's the question. Oh, a miss. So Ashmar has smarts, but doesn't know anything about this Forgotten Grave. So we just get 3. We get 2 coins. I think we have a hero, or we have an NPC we were going to put in here who actually gives you pluses on Forgotten Graves because he knows where the treasures are, which is a pretty cool narrative idea. All right, all right. Forgotten Grave is done. Guys, we're like zooming through this. This is really fun. What do we get? Oh, the Swarl Seller. This is probably my favorite one so far. I just love this one. We draw 2 creatures to attack. And then there's 2 things I can do while I'm doing this event. If I roll a critical, I can knock a creature into the rack for 2 extra damage, but then I have to exhaust the card. And, or if I don't exhaust the card, if I beat this encounter without using the knock into Swirl Rack, I can summon a vintage Swirl, which is really cool. Love this. Ah, man, this game's getting... Yeah, I do think it improved, actually, Raymond. I do feel like, from what I'm seeing, it looks like a little better. But just not by much. All right, so let's summon 2 creatures. Oh, a spider. This is great. This is great, guys. Never been so excited to see a spider in my whole life. Okay, spiders, again, if you don't remember, they are a 3/2. They will prioritize attacking a hero who has a miss on them. And if they do hit a hero that has a miss on them, that hero is stunned. If they don't attack that type of hero, they will attack the highest health hero because they obviously want to feed. And they have a 2 weakness for fire, which is great because we have a Torch of Warren and we have another torch. So these arachnids do not like fire. Skull is going to attack 4/1. It's going to hit the slowest one, slowest character, which is going to be Kira all day long, slowest character. But it is flying, and that's going to be problematic. So let's see here. Kira, who has the most health? 13. So if Kira misses, the spider is going to definitely attack Kira. I'm okay with that. Let's try and see if we can get this spider gone. Yeah, let's see if we can do it. Okay. Kira hits for 2 on the spider. That's great. Rowan, we definitely want... Wait, hold on. Yeah, Ashmar's not going to get hit. So let's actually... Oh, but you know what? Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think if we should actually use the research, but we shouldn't. We should use his fire stuff, which is not a problem. Okay, so Rowan rolled a 1. Did I roll for Rowan yet? I don't remember if I rolled or not. We're going to say that I did roll. So Rowan rolls a 1. Let's use the crossbow because otherwise that's a -1. And let's do 1 damage to the skull. Yeah, that seems right. And Ashmar is then going to use, just remember guys, this is the new intensity system. So weakness of 2 fire, plus he has a 1 fire damage weapon intensity and a 2 intensity. So let's see, we need 1, well, we only need 1 more hit. So let's just use, I mean, we just use the dagger, honestly, because I don't want to risk losing the flame, and I don't want to use, oh my god, he missed. Okay. Oh my god, I should not have done that. I should not have done that. The spider is now going to attack Ashmar, and Ashmar has a weakness on him. That was a poorly thought out move. This is going to attack him. This turns it into immediate peril, and he got bit by the spider, which then is 2 damage plus 1 for being on a miss because he's vulnerable. That was a... It's like, do I even know how to play this game, guys? And he is stunned, which I don't have a stun token. Feels like we may need one. But yeah, he's like in webs, so he cannot move right now. Great job, me. Go me. All right. The skull is going to attack the slowest. That's going to be Kira for 1 damage. No problem. We can handle that. It's a huge mistake. Huge mistake. And I could have just killed him by using... Anyway, whatever. Whatever. That was dumb. That was really not smart. But I like it. I like that can happen. All right, Kira's going to try and finish off the spider. She rolls a 2. That's 2 damage. The spider is dead. And Rowan is going to attack the skull with the crossbow, regular. Actually, now check this out. We're going to go ahead and we're going to exhaust Rowan on this turn. He's not going to attack. Because next attack, we're going to do this. Right. So that ends the turn because he was stunned. He's no longer stunned. This did 1 damage to Kira. And we're going to start off. Rowan is flanked now. He's flanked at the start of the turn. So we get a +2 to the attack roll, and we're going to use the crossbow. So now we get a 2 + 2. That's a critical. Does 2 damage. And now it is no longer flying. I don't know how we show that. There's a lot of like status effects, and I don't want to get too crazy with status effects. So not flying. It's not flying anymore. Maybe that just means we turn it or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. He is no longer flanked, but that was great. He got the critical on it. And then Kira now can follow it up and just finish the whole thing. 2 damage, skull's done. Guys, this is starting to feel things while playing. 2 coins and 1 loot. Let's roll for it. Spider has 1 loot token on it. And, oh, yeah, we got a loot. Another Torch of Vorm. We're going to just get rid of that for right now. I think there's too many of them in there. A Soul Gem. Attached to any non-magic weapon, add +2 damage to all attacks from this weapon. Jeez. Why don't we just put that on Kira's for right now? I mean, that's a really good card. I still don't know exactly how to do this, how to lay it out properly. Great. Wow, that was fun. And this is the last one. We have a prison cell. Select a hero. I don't know why it does that. Roll and add intelligence if 2 or less summon 2 oozers. If 3 or more. Wait, prison cell. Prison cell feels exactly like Forgotten Grave. Let's see here. What do we got here going on? If 2 or less, summon an undead guard. Summon 2 wizards. If 3 or 4, draw 1 loot. 3 or 4, add 2 coin. Ah, okay. It's a little bit different, but it's the same type of card. So we might take a look at that. Prison cell and all right. Well, we can roll for this. Let's see what we get. Ashmar already has 3. So that's 2. That's 5. And we get 2 loot. So let's roll for loot. That's a 1. And then this would be another 1, which is 2. So we get that. What did we get? A hummingbird ring. And equip to a hero, increase this hero's intelligence by 1. Feels like this loot deck feels a little OP. Definitely feels a little OP. I feel like getting these +1s, especially like right off the bat from a loot deck, these items feel like they should be earned and gated a little bit more. Not just like, oh, you just randomly drew a +1 and a +1. I feel like you lose the effect of your characters growing. This should feel like your characters are growing when you get these cards. And this kind of just feels like, well, less than that. It feels a lot like you're just drawing and then your characters are upgrading. So good. This is a good feedback here. Loot, deck, rando, draws, feel, little payoff when getting stat increases. All right. Wow. This was a great playthrough. Some really good moments. Things that really stood out to me were the moment where I really blew it with Ashbar on trying to use the dagger on the spider and then him instantly getting a miss, which then caused the spider to like basically punish him, when I literally could have killed that spider by just snapping my fingers and doing a little Thanos deal. Just like, bye-bye, you are no longer in the movie. So I feel like that was a really great moment. And I really enjoyed setting Rowan up for the flanking to kill the slime, although it was like a little OP as far as like the slime was going to die anyway. Like we weren't really threatened by it, but it was really fun to set that shot up and then pull it off and get a crit and then kill it. It's pretty cool. It's feeling really good. If anything about the game feel in its current state, I do feel a little bit like maybe the characters have a little too much stuff in a way. Because when you're starting off, you should feel like the characters are really starting at the bottom of the pit and then they work their way up. And this kind of feels like, especially with Rowan and Ashmar a little bit, that maybe they have a little too much in their kit, because they kind of come like this. I mean, they come with two things. Ashmar comes with 3. But I'm okay with Ashmar coming with 3 because he doesn't really have anything to begin with. And he doesn't get a lot of weapons. I don't know. It kind of feels like I haven't been using this Hail of Blades. And I'm just curious if I should be using it more often, why I'm not using it. Maybe it's just the first area. I don't know. Just something to keep a note of. Mental note. Maybe Ashmar and Rowan kits are too like too many things. Maybe limit them by powering them up some way after more rounds and setting lower. Yeah, so you like start them lower and then charge them up as they go. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I never use Kira's shield. So that feels to me already that maybe her shield should go away. I don't want to over-design this, though. I don't want to overthink it, considering, like, I'm only doing the first location. I mean, we got to here or here. Like, I would choose one of these next, and there's a long way to go. So maybe when you first start, it's good to have these choices and just be able to like mess around and clean things out really quick. James said the shield is good. You've played farther and the shield does come in handy. Yeah. I feel like maybe that's okay to saddle them with a couple different items at the beginning, because you could sell them too if you find items that you want to get rid of. I just want to be careful about making the beginning feel like these heroes are too powerful now, or they just are too strong as heroes. Like they wake up, they're in this Soulbind keep, and they have all their gear, and then they're like, oh yeah, like here we go. I was just zoning out there for a second, guys. I had this weird idea. I just played through this whole idea in my head about what if you took their items, placed them under them, and then you started the match with like bare bones stuff, but you had cards where they found their kits. Like they, you know, you get to a chest card and it's like unlocks this hero's full kit in the very beginning. But I don't think that would be fun. But I was just in my head. Sorry, guys. I just totally went there and I was playing through it in my head of like, oh, wow. What if that was a thing so that you kind of get this really cool, they start off really weak, then they find their stuff in the Soulbind Keep or whatever. But I don't think so. I don't think that's fun. I like where this is going. Overall, love where this is going. I think having these characters have pieces that make them feel a little bit more powerful in the first area should be fun because you can feel like you can do fun stuff in the beginning. So I think it's okay. Let's just keep it as is. Yeah. Wow. Really cool. Really cool. Ah, so exciting. I really, really love working on this game. All right, that's going to wrap up this playtest. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm going to check on this bitrate thing. So tomorrow when I play, should have a lot higher quality streamability to it. And yeah, I'm going to keep kicking around on Ashmar too. I feel like something's happening with him. I like the idea of rolling to generate his research. That's kind of cool. Like, does he know something? Can he figure it out? That could be cool. All right. Yeah, thanks, Raymond. W stream, W community, Raymond. Thank you guys for hanging out. You guys make it so fun to just hang out here, talk, hang out, play this game that doesn't exist yet. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great day. And I'm going to check this bitrate out stuff. All right. Catch you guys later. Kurtiswow. Ow.